Good afternoon, dear brothers and sisters. It's Thursday afternoon in beautiful, sunny Saskatchewan, Canada. I pray you're all doing well and furthering yourselves through this amazing, wild journey that we're on. Just thinking about everything today and just the things that happened over in Beirut, and I saw an article here as well talking about the new phrase in the States is vaccinate or terminate. So we see, obviously, we know where this is going, and the enemy's just slow rolling everything out, and it's just every time I see a step now, I got a smile on my face. And it's not because of the pain and misery that it's causing people, but this is it, you guys. This is we're clearly in it right now. These are times that the world has never seen before. And I know you're going to have naysayers, just like the Bible said there would be. Oh, well, this has happened before. There's been wars. There's been this. I imagine even while whole Hitler, Nazi Germany thing was going on, I imagine they felt the same way. But the culmination of all the things that are happening right now around the world, and if you just sit down and actually put them all in a list right now, I know personally, I'm 42 years old. I've never seen anything like this. So whether it be the times that we're in right now, if these are the last days that are coming, I've been taking some time to just prepare and pray as much as I can. And I was at my garden here yesterday, or it was the day before that, and I was picking weeds, and I was thinking about the wheat and the tares. The Father was, putting on me really, as I was picking the weeds, I was really looking at the weeds, and examining them. And just the whole process of farming, you guys, and growing your own food. And I don't know if you guys do that, but I had several spots in the backyard where, the previous owners were growing annuals or perennials or whatever they are, flowers that come up every year at a certain time. And I was thinking to myself about our front lawns, and what a waste of space that we have. And like your front lawn, for instance, think about that. You're mowing your front lawn just to appease your neighbors, just so that it looks pretty and green and full. And it's it's a badge of ego. It's a badge of woe is me. Look how awesome my yard is. It's so awesome. And it just kind of, it makes me laugh. It really, truly does, because, it's one thing to take pride in everything that you have. And that's not what I'm saying. But the fact that we live in this system where I mean the enemy, dictates where you can buy your land, how you buy your land, what you pay for taxes, yada, yada, yada. That you're in this total control system, and you're given your little square piece of land, and you're given your little piece of property to call your own. And lo and behold, on your mortgage, it says, I forget the exact terminology, but it basically, Big Sib would know this better than I do, but it indicates that you're a renter. Even though you're the owner of your home, you're not the owner of your home. The wording, legal jargon, the legal wording that they use on your mortgage classifies you as somebody that's renting the property. And so anyways, that's not the point of the message. I digress. But the point is, we've got these little pieces of land to call our own, but they're not ours. And yet we're so bound and determined to make our front lawns pretty. And I do see the odd neighbor that actually uses their front lawns to grow vegetables. And I encourage you to do that, brothers and sisters. I've got my whole front yard's all driveway and gravel. So I recommend, if you've got some grass and some land, some dirt out front, get used to planting and growing your own vegetables, because there's nothing more amazing than growing your own food, and then the taste of your own food, the food that's been given to you by the Father, that He helped nurture through you and your spirit as you took care of His creation. And when you bite into them, they just taste amazing. So anyways, I had a little bit of land in the backyard where I had just flowers, just pretty flowers. So my wife and I decided, you know what, let's forget it. Enough's enough. So we rototilled them, and we've actually planted a wide variety of different things. And, you know, lo and behold, the stuff that's turning out is turning out really well. Some of the stuff isn't. Obviously, you got to do a little research and to find out what grows, what doesn't. You know, there's certain spots that don't get enough sun. Anyways, but as I was doing some gardening, the Father really put it on my spirit to really look at the effort that's put into growing food, and the amount of effort that it takes to have discipline to water it, and to make sure you're pulling weeds from it, and just to make sure that you're doing what you need to do to the ground so that it was proper, so that you put the seeds at the right height. So I'm not going to get into this big whole gardening tip for you guys right now, but anybody that's planted anything before, it's not just a matter of chucking seeds on the ground and walking away. But it just so happens that that's how weeds operate, brothers and sisters. Weeds will grow anywhere. There's weeds in my back alley growing through concrete, through asphalt. They're relentless. They keep coming. And what's the saying? If you don't pull a weed out by its root, like the very bottom of the root, it's going to keep coming back. And the Father, and I know this is an analogy that everybody knows, but it blew my mind when you're in prayer and you hear it. The Father was really putting on me about the wheat and the tares, and how weeds are evil, and fruit that we eat and vegetables are resembling the spirit of our living Father, and how much effort is involved into preparing, taking care of, and the continuous nurture of that plant so that it doesn't die and wither away. And if you don't have the proper conditions to plant that seed, if the ground isn't fertile, or if you're not watering it enough, taking care of it, constantly nurturing it, it will die. And what a perfect example of our faith and our relationship with our Father. But he really wanted me to look at the weeds, and I looked at the weeds, and he put it on me. I heard him clear as day. Look at these weeds. Every weed resembles a sin that you have in your life. And on the surface of the ground, it doesn't look like it's that big of a deal, and we try to hide them and not make them look as bad as they are to everybody else. You know, it just looks like a little tiny weed on the ground, nothing major. But when you actually start digging at that weed, that sin, and you finally pull that root out, and that root is 4 or 5 times the size of the weed that's on the surface. He really wanted to show me, look at the effort involved to get rid of that sin, or to get rid of that weed. On the top, it doesn't look like it's that big of a problem, but when you try to tackle it, and you finally get it out, and you look at how deeply rooted it was, you always kind of look at it and go, that's crazy. I can't believe the size of the root on that thing. But I want you to look at your faith the exact same way, dear brothers and sisters. And this may not be new to any of you. And again, if it's new to one and one's listening and one gets something from this, then I love you. And I pray and I'm thankful that you all take, again, a second into your day to look at any of this. But if you look at how beautiful a plant or a vegetable is while it grows and the effort that's put into it, how do you not see our Father staring right back at you? You're looking right at his face through the example of just a plant, just a vegetable, just a fruit, and the symbolism in having to take care of that, and to understand that this is one example out of thousands upon hundreds of thousands that our Father gives us daily to show us how we need to live as his children. And so when you look at these weeds, relentless, will grow anywhere, under any condition, and you don't have to do anything. They just grow on their own. They pop up here and there, and you have to spend, if you let it, think about it, if you let the weeds get out of control, what happens? It overtakes your garden. Look at the symbolism in that, brothers and sisters. So what's gardening 101? Don't let the weeds get out of control. Keep them down to a minimum so they're manageable, so that you can just constantly just be picking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them every time you look at your spiritual garden. Don't just let it all pile up to the point where it's so overwhelming that you look at your garden and go, where do I start? So I pray you're all nurturing your garden, brothers and sisters, giving it the right amount of water, the right amount of love, the right amount of time. And I pray you've been diligent about picking your weeds and making sure that they're at a manageable level. I love you guys. I truly do. These times are just so amazing. Please don't look at the things that are going on in the world as any kind of a problem, because they're going to come and they're going to go. Nothing new under the sun. Just like the days of Noah, dear brothers and sisters, here we are. So be happy. Be thankful. We are here. We're here together. I've got you. You've got me. And we're going to keep marching forward with that spirit of the ever-living, loving Father inside of all of us right until the end. And when it comes, I can't wait to sit down with each and every one of you at the banquet. We'll sit down with our Father, with Yahushua. We'll have a dance. We'll laugh, we'll love, we'll hug it out. And we'll live the rest of the days in eternity. So I pray you got a smile on your face right now. That's all I ask. Keep marching forward, you guys. I hope you can hear my kitty in the background singing away. But I love you. I do. Keep trudging forward. Father willing, I'll do another one of these, and we'll chat soon. Take care. Bye.